For the 2024 Falmouth Road Race, John Courier stormed into the course and won the race with an incredible time of 31:15. Just 2 months later, he will claim victory at the Chicago Marathon. But this year's race was a different story. For the 53rd edition of the Falmouth Road Race, the world top athletes are traveling to Cape Cod for a battle. This year, we got past champions, Olympic legends and new stars. Everyone is here to chase glory in this iconic 7-mile seaside course. Here we have the top 10 men to watch. I have added the 10k PB or 10,000 PB, because it's the closest to the official distance of 7 miles. The course record holder, Wesley Kipto, is back, after an impressive season with wins and top finishes all year. He tied the Falmouth record of 31:08 in 2023, and now, with his sights set on the victory and the course record, he's ready to leave it all in the road. But he got a strong competition, for example from Kenya, Patrick Kiprop, fresh off a convincing win in Atlanta, and the US Marathon star, Baya Simbasa, the 2-time runner-up here, plus the Olympian Zouhair Talbi, and don't sleep in the rising stars like NCAA 3-time champion Dylan Jacob and the US Marathon Zach Panin. They're looking to make their mark in this historic race. And now let's see their last races to see in which form they are. Wesley Kipto is coming from a 5th place in the 10k in Boston. Patrick Kiprop won his last 10k in Atlanta on July. Simbasa achieved an American national record in the 10k race at the ASICS Tokyo Speed Race, clocking a time of 27:32. Zouhair won Chicago Half Marathon and did a PB in his last 10k, that was in Boston, in where he got a 2nd place. He's in a really good shape now. Dylan Jacobs has his 3 last races have been a 5,000 meter, in which he has run 13:29, 13:11 and 13:15. Zach Panin, his last appearance was in April in Boston. The race started at the Falmouth High School, located in the heart of Falmouth, Massachusetts, on Cape Cod in the United States. Then it passed to the downtown area where the historical main street is with shops and cafes. Runners pass near the ocean and through the seaside neighborhood. The road waves along the historic docking site. Then we pass through the Falmouth Haze. This area features a classic Cape Cod cottage and waterfront home, where the finish line awaits. The course is relatively flat, with minimal elevation gain, less than 50 feet. Its gentle up and down make it as a flat course, perfect for a record-setting distance, especially the last downhill, where athletes make the maximum effort to reach the finish line. And here we go! Patrick Kipto and Amon Kemboi started the race with an incredible speed, setting a fast early pace of 4:19, clearly intent on setting a fast race. They open up the significant gap early on, leaving all but 3 men behind by the 2nd mile. By the 5-kilometer mark, it was down to Kiprop and Kemboi, running shoulder to shoulder with a split time of 13:39. These two have been in a fight, maintaining this side-by-side effort all the way till the 10k mark, which they hit in 27:38, absolutely flying. Then, approaching the final stretch, Kemboi made his decisive move. He pushed ahead, opening a sizable gap to take control of the race, as they head down toward the final hill. Despite the challenge, Kemboi held his nerve and powered through the finish line, crossing in an impressive 31:12 to claim victory. What an incredible race. Kiprop was 2nd in 31:17, and Alex Masai completed the podium, finishing 3rd in 31:28. Talbi recently became an American citizen, and in this race he was the top American finisher, finishing 4th in this race. His time of 32 minutes is the fastest time ever run by an American in Falmouth. The race was fast from the start, said Talbi, who competed for Morocco at the 2024 Paris Olympic Marathon. I'm very happy with my result, especially coming in the middle of my Chicago Marathon training. Here we can see the final times of the race. And now let's go to the women race. Leading the women elite field are 2 of the most decorated running in history. Kenyan Edna Kiplagat, the 2021 Falmouth champion, making her 8th appearance, and legendary Vivian Cheruiyot, the 4th-time Olympic medalist and track superstar, making her debut here in Cape Cod. At 45 years old, Kiplagat continued to defy the odds, winning the Boston Marathon at 41 years old, and setting a master world record last year with 1 hour 7 minutes 52. She loved the challenge here, she will be fighting hard for the victory. And Cheruiyot, she's a track legend now, shifting gears into the road. After top finishes at New York City and London, she's hungry for her first win here. And the last year runner-up, Melknat Wudu, plus a top American like Sarah Hals and Suzanne Souvillian, along with the Olympian Emma Hurley. Also we got 2 British in this race, Jess and Philip Bowden. all looking for that breakthrough moment. And now let's see their last races to see in which form they are. Edna clocked 32.28 in a 10k. Vivian finished 5th at the London Marathon and ran 31.15 in May. Wudu clocked 32.12 in Atlanta 10k. Sarah Hals ran 32.32 in her last 10k. Susan ran 32.15 in London. Emma clocked 31.42 in New York this year. Jessica's last races was a 5,000 meter, a mile and a half marathon. And Philly recently ran Berlin and London Marathon. Are they in peak shape? We will find out soon. And here we go. American Susanna set an early pace in the women's race, but by the second mile, the fellow American Emma Hurley had moved in the front with the Ethiopian's Wudu. The Kenyan's Kiprop was close behind. It was a close trio by 5k, the group clicking off miles between 5:02 and 5:08, with Emma leading the way. Just after 4 miles, Kiprop, the 2021 Falmouth champion, lost touch with Emma and Wudu, leaving them for a fight. Just after mile 6, Wudu surged past Emma, but Emma battled back, briefly regaining the lead. As they crested the hill, Wudu's kick was too strong for Emma to match, and Wudu broke the tape in 32.03, just 1 second in front of Emma. The weather made it a little difficult, and I did not feel my best, said Wudu, who was second here in 2024. But I was glad to use my experience from last year to help the win, she said. Emma's finished time of 32.04 is the second fastest time ever run by an American here, and it marked the first podium finish to her in a 3 appearance in Falmouth Race. I was really happy with the improvement, said Emma, who will race Valencia Half Marathon in October. This is my favorite race of the year, so doing well here is really excited. It's the last race until my half marathon and it's really good checkpoint that give me confidence. Vivian Cheroit, the 4-time Kenyan Olympic medalist, finished 3rd in 36.18, a master event record. Here we can see the final times of the race.
My advice for young athletes that want to be an elite after college, I think the decision will be made before college. So when you're in college taking classes, you have to put in your mind that, yeah, I want to be a good runner or an elite runner after college. So you have to dedicate your time and put extra hard work in running while you're in college. So anyone take that advantage of 4 years, I think it can go from just an okay runner to a very fast runner, because it's 4 years and you have to work harder than a lot of guys and take more recovery and just dedicate your time toward your goal.